team. But you know what I'm thinking about this, the Rams and the Seattle Seahawks, man. You know, Sean McVay recently, he came out and he said that Cam Akers is going to be a huge part of the Rams going forward. Now, you remember Cam Akers, the running back, last year for 2 games, he was kind of wished into the cornfield, if you will, and just kind of disappeared. But suddenly now he's going to be a key part of what they do. They re-signed Sony Michel. They've got a pretty good running back room, actually. But I think the key is going to be Ryan Wendell, the new offensive coordinator, and what he kind of goes about the business of implementing in the run game. But the thing I wanted to ask you now, Pete Carroll's defenses are notoriously good against the run. Yeah. Just hard to run the football against them. Right. And I'm just kind of curious, what are your thoughts as Sean McVay talks up Cam Akers and he goes toward a Seattle Seahawks team coached by Pete Carroll?
Well, he's toying the idea, Jackie, to run the football more because of the reasons we talked about earlier, about his young, inexperienced offensive line, about them gelling together. And the way to do that is to run the football successfully. It's going to open up their passing game. They're going to have more ball control. And I think all these things kind of fit in his package. And Cam Akers is a key to all of that. I'm just a little miffed because they let him go a couple games last year and he had to regroup himself. And so now all the faith and confidence is back with Cam Akers because we know what kind of talent he's got, but they've got Sony Michel to come in and spell Cam in the passing game.
Absolutely.
So I think these kind of things that Sean McVay is dreaming up now, and you know that's what the offseason's all about, Jackie, dreaming up new plays. And I think they'll both put it together, and I think you'll see a lot of success running the football this year for the Rams.
Yeah, and I think they're going to have to really try to do that because I don't think with this offensive line they can afford to have Matthew Stafford throwing the football from the pocket, 25 or 30 times with consistency every game. They got to run the football, and I think that's one of the reasons why they brought Sony Michel back. Now, don't forget, Sony Michel, a couple of years ago, he won a Super Bowl with the Rams, and he ran for 845 yards. Yeah. So he is no slouch. That was his second Super Bowl because he won one with the Patriots. So I think it seems like McVay is kind of loading up with some veteran guys that can run the football behind this young offensive line he's going to put together, and that would be a formidable challenge to Pete and his defensive front.
You heard about Pete Carroll. What did he say? You have to be committed to doing what you're doing, Jack.
That's absolutely.
And he had a lot of praise for Sean McVay, especially when he first was acquired by the Rams and watched his teams, and he looks forward to competing against him every year. But the Rams are going to make a commitment, Jackie, in the beginning to run the football. And when you do that in training camp, that's going to hold true for the whole year.
Absolutely.
That doesn't mean they're not going to throw the football.
Absolutely.
They're going to throw the ball, but they're going to throw the ball in a surprise kind of an attack way to even open up things more because they've got Cooper Kupp. They've got weapons there as well.
They've got weapons. Now, Vince,